Hey mccArts, it's Elijah. Today I'm going to show you just a quick video of how to load up the Ableton file in the drum cage, which is where I am right now. It's a little bit dark, that's why. But I just want to make a quick video showing you how to take the Ableton ALS file that is made for the service and load that onto the laptop, as well as a few troubleshooting little things that I would give a try if something isn't working correctly. So the first step is going to be getting the Ableton file itself. And there are a couple ways to get to it. There should be a folder on your desktop called either Bedford Services, or if you're in Manchester, then Manchester Services, or Concord for Concord Services. And that's the easiest way to access everything. But if for some reason you can't find it, or maybe it's not opening to the right location, one surefire way to find it is look up here for the little Dropbox icon towards the top right-ish of your screen. Click on that. And then there's a little folder icon right here. Click on that, and that will open up the Dropbox folder. From there, look for ALS file transfer. Once you go in there, you can see Bedford, Concord, and Manchester. Now, depending on where you are, you might only see certain folders, but your campus should most definitely be in here. So I'm at Bedford right now, so I'll click into Bedford. And here are all of the projects. So let's say I want to open one for this upcoming Sunday, which is the 26th. I could just look through my list here, and down towards the bottom, I see July 26th, 2020, and it's labeled Bedford. I can double click that. It's going to take a minute to expand it out of its kind of compacted form. And once that is expanded, you'll see it has shown up as a new folder here that's highlighted. Double click that, and it'll bring you inside. Here's some of the assets that are kind of a part of the ALS file, but the one that you really care about is up here, and it's July 26, 2020.als. Look for that .als file. Then double click that, and Ableton will open. If Ableton's already open on the laptop, this screen will come up. Don't worry about changes being lost. It just needs to close the other project to open this one. So just click OK, and within a few seconds, we will see our new Ableton file load up. And here we are. So we can see we have No One, How Great Thou Art, Raise a Hallelujah, Tremble, and Stand in Your Love. Now, once you're in here, there are a couple of things to know. Probably the most important thing is knowing how the output channels work in Ableton. Basically, there's 4 channels that run out of this computer. Channel 1 leads to the click track, channel 2 leads to the guide track, and channels 3 and 4 are left and right audio for any enhancement tracks. In the live mix, that translates accordingly. So channel 1 goes to the click track channel, channel 2 goes to the guide channel, and 3 and 4 go to spare 1. So we need to make sure that all of those things are outputting accordingly inside of Ableton. So the first thing you should do is down here where it says master, you'll see it's by default will be outputting to channels 1 and 2. But if we leave it at that, this means that all of our enhancement tracks will be going through both click and guide, and not the enhancement track channel, which is not what we want. So if we click this little drop down, we'll see 3 and 4, and if we just click on that, toggle it over, and we should be all set. So now our tracks will be coming through channels 3 and 4, which means it will be going through the proper enhancement track channel. If I press play on the laptop, you can see on our live mix that the tracks are coming through spare 1, which means if I turn it down, the tracks go away, and if I bring it back up, they're coming through nice and clear. Same goes for the click track. If I bring that down, it goes away, and bringing it back up means that we can hear it. So, and we also should test the guide, so I'll just bring this back to the beginning of the song.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And the guide's coming through right there just fine. So let's say you're having an issue where maybe the click is coming through the guide channel, or you can't hear the click at all, or maybe the guide is coming through the click channel. Here is how you would fix that. You can see here each of these songs are organized into these categories. You just need to drop one down. So let's say you're having an issue with Raise a Hallelujah. The first step is to expand this track, and that allows you to see each of the individual tracks that make up the song. From here, you can see the foundations track. We can drop this down right here, and that'll expand as well. And this is our click track. If you're having any issues, the first thing I would check is this. Make sure your output are set to the following settings. Right here, you can see it's set to the name of the song, but right here, click on this, and then select external out. Once you click on that, it gives us a second drop-down box with all of the channels that we have the option to pick. Since this is our click track, we want to choose channel number 1, and there we go. Now the click track is coming through, and if I turn it all the way down,
Verse 4.
our click track disappears. But if I bring it up, it's working just fine. And the same thing goes for the guide. If you drop this one down, you can see I have selected the output as external out and the channel as channel 2. This part of it should already be done for you when you come here on Sunday, but it never hurts to check. One more quick tip that I wanted to give you in case you need to do this for whatever reason would be how to transpose a track. Let's say last minute there's some kind of issue and a track needs to be changed keys all of the sudden. This is how you would do that to the tracks. So let's use Raise a Hallelujah as an example. Right now it is in the key of D flat. But let's say last minute we've decided that we need to move it into the key of C major. How we can do that is pretty simple. Once again, come down here to Raise a Hallelujah and drop it open, and that will show us all of the tracks. Here we can see the click and the guide. And any track that has a little orange box means that it is enabled. And so, looks like we have a keys track enabled for this song. You can see if I click on this, it will take it right out. And now it's gone. And if I click on that box again,
Verse 4.
it comes right back. So to transpose the track, all you need to do is double click on the region. So you can see keys 1. And over here it says keys 1. Just double click on that. That'll open up this window here at the bottom. And this gives you a lot of options. I know it may look overwhelming, but all you need to do is make sure this warp box right here is enabled. If it isn't, just click on it to enable it. And from there, move down to the transpose and click and drag to decide how many semitones you want to transpose it by. So for moving from the key of D flat into C, you just need to drag this down by 1 semitone. And make sure that over here in this box, you have selected Complex Pro right here. If you select something other than that, which by default it is, it will sound very distorted and kind of weird, so make sure you select Complex Pro. And now that you've done that, we have a transpose 1 semitone down and Complex Pro enabled. If we press play somewhere in the middle of the song, you can hear that that keys track has now been transposed to the key of C major.
Verse 4.
If you need to maybe do this to multiple tracks,
Verse
you can
4.
just click on whatever ones are needed and do that as well. If for some reason you need to enable another track, you already know how to do that. Just come on over here and maybe for keys 2, maybe we want to enable keys 2 and all you need to do is just click on the box and it will turn orange. And then we want to transpose it, so we just want to make sure warp is on, which it is. Bring it down 1 semitone to bring it into C major. And then select this box of Complex Pro. I'll bring it up here in the middle of the song. We have our second
Breakdown.
We have a second keys track enabled,
Build.
both in the key of C major. One thing to be aware of when transposing tracks is you want to make sure that you capture in your selection when you transpose, you want to make sure that you capture all of the regions in that track so that mid-song it doesn't transpose back. Some songs will have this and some won't. For example, How Great Thou Art here at the beginning, it looks like has multiple sections where it was split up to loop for the meet and greet section. We looped a certain part of the track. So when you transpose, you want to make sure that you select this region of, say, the keys 1 track. And then to select the other regions, simply press the Command key on the MacBook keyboard and click on each additional region that you'd like. And from there, you can transpose as needed. Just make sure that you have all of the regions in the track selected before you transpose. And from there, you should be ready to go. We have assigned different parts of this big file to different keys on the MacBook keyboard. So for example, if I want to jump to the beginning of the service, starting with the song No One, I can press the number 1 on the keyboard and it will jump back and press the space bar.
Intro. 2.
And everything
3,
will start.
4.
From there, you can hit spacebar to pause it if needed, and then maybe we want to move on, so I'll hit the number 2 on the keyboard.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And that will start How Great Thou Art. If I pause and press number 3,
1.
it'll start
2.
Raise a Hallelujah, and so on and so forth. So that is just about everything I can think of off the top of my head that could be useful on a Sunday morning. Again, most of this you probably shouldn't need to do, like transposing. All of that should be done for you, but just in case, this is good knowledge to have. If you need any help at all, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help you out with this, and we hope to be worshiping alongside you very soon. We'll see you around.